So, just an update. Right, we've done the upstand, as you can see, and we started the full crepe as well. We repaired the patch where we had a issue before, where it just all went wrong for us. That obviously you can see a crease there, but that won't matter. It does its job. It's there, so your vapor barrier is all the way, and when we get to the top we'll leave it here, but when we get to the sides we'll trim it after the deck is down. So next is for us finish infilling the Celotex, and we can crack on from there. Hi everyone, so we pretty much finished screwing on these end rafters. What we'll do, we'll take these out because we got trim to fit, and we'll just use normal screws, 200 mils to get through into the deck below. Here we're going to form the drip, so we'll use just 2x2 and screw it underneath here, glue it, screw it, and then we will get it rounded off as well, so we can get our trim on so it sits nicer to it. So today plan is get it all trimmed up, then unfortunately it's gonna rain again, so we're gonna have to cover it up, and hopefully when we're back in a couple of days time, weather seems to be going to be okay, then we can think about fiberglassing it. So that's where we are, and we'll just crack on. Hi everyone, just a catch up. So we are at a stage where we can put the matting down. So as you can see, all we did here is with these TNG boards, all you got to do is prime it. We primed it with actual resin itself because we had some spare, and we even put matting down. You didn't have to do that, but we just had some spare which we ripped off, so we've done that. Next job is we'll sand it all up. Areas where we trimmed up, we're gonna have to put mat over again, but at the moment we're not gonna do it because the main thing is make it weather tight, which will be done by the mat. So we're gonna go over. So all these corners, again, once you've done your ribbon, as you can see, ribbon's done. We're gonna have to go over again. It is weather tight, but it's not as strong as it should be. So because we got to clad all this in fiberglass for our upstand anyway, we're gonna do that at the same time. So we're gonna put corners. Obviously first will be matting, and yeah, then that's how we're gonna finish off. So with the matting, I do it from the wall going to the front, or vice versa, depending how you want. And also you want to make sure you do it so you've got an escape, so you don't roll yourself in. So you want to have an escape way, because obviously it will take time to dry. Not that it takes a long time, but still, you know, it will take some time to dry. Obviously for the detailed how to do it, I'll leave a link below, because I've done quite a few of these roofs. The biggest difference on this one is I'm using these washers, insulation washers, to pull the deck so you don't get a cold spots. Because when you screw and leave your head flush or near the top, then you get, in the winter you can see the spots where you have screwed. So hence why this time we're doing it this way. And also you need less fixings. You only need 3 per board, where I would put probably 4 per board across. So we'll sand everything up. We'll sand these washers up as well, so it just roughens it up. We sand all these, you know, lumpy bumps off. So that's what the sanding process is for. Before you actually apply your matting, so you can sand all imperfections out, and that way you can make sure that you get as good finish as possible. So yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it, and I'll catch you in a bit. So, hi everyone, just an update. We have done the main roof, 1 layer. So that gives you 10 years with this system. So we always do 2 layers anyway, because when we were working yesterday it was quite hot, and we got some places where it needs a bit of sanding up. So the next step we'll do was sand edges and paint them up, so we don't have to come back to them. So we didn't do them. Then we're gonna dress around where the boxing is. For that you have to use the primer, and prime it first, and then we do with the matting. It's a bitumen, so that should be fine. Then we're gonna get a groove cut for the lead before we actually do the final coat on the roof, because yeah, we're gonna have to recut that joint, I believe, a little bit, because obviously the round that it was 25mm or 20mm, so it's slightly more than the blade could cut, so I'm gonna have to use bigger grinder to cut it deeper, which is fine. And lastly, after we're finished with the roof, we'll fit fascias, gutters and everything else necessary. So I would suggest you putting them on last, because when you're gonna paint that on the side of the trims, you will bound to get it on your fascias. So I personally do them last. So I hope you enjoyed so far, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Hi everyone, so roof covering is done. So our next step is to fit the skylight. This being small, I hope we'll be able to do it. It's about 120 kilos heavy or light. Obviously the bigger pieces you would need a crane. Hopefully, we got some suction pads and I think we'll have one person inside so you can see how it's going in and support from underneath, and help guide it in, and 2 people will be lifting it in. So in our case we'll put suction pads on the side of the glass in order to help fit it in a position, and hopefully it will go well. So right, so we have fitted the skylight. Obviously we got all the inside to do. LED flashing is fitted. We got a little bit of pebble dash to finish, but that's now basically dry. Sorry, done. So it's all sealed. It comes with the special adhesive, with adhesive in black. What else we got? We got a gutter to fit, but apart from that, and this down part to fit in, but apart from that we're done, so we don't have to worry about getting wet anymore, which is good. And we will need to weld the leg on these corners back, because that's what was done, just so we can turn it back in and so it's sealed. So as I said, we've done that in fiberglass. That was asphalt. So yeah, I'll show you from inside. Right. So it's all bolted up now. So next step is getting cables through, lights in positions, plasterboard, and we can skim it then. So but main task is done. It's now all weather tight, and yeah, obviously now it's a warm roof, so we don't need that fiberglass there. We'll take that out and we'll fill in the front where the fascia is, so there's no cold bridges, and that will be it. Obviously you can use Celotex, but it's a bit trickier because we kept the main deck, we didn't strip it all back off, so we obviously used the fiberglass we got left. The yellow stuff is itchy, but it's good, so we use that to push it back in there so it's solid, so it doesn't give any heat away really, and that's that. But yeah, you can fill that in with fiberglass or Celotex, whatever you have. And here, if you remember, I told you on the back of the actual skylight, you want to have your fairings running from middle of your skylight down either side so it doesn't collect the water, which we have done. It's only a small fall, 10 mil or so, not much, but it's all it needs so the water doesn't sit behind and doesn't puddle there, so it runs down the sides and out into gutter. So that's how we finished that off. So yeah, that's where we are. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you in a bit.